Hello, I'm Chanel, this is Spirited Stardust, and today we are looking at Sappho's Fragmented Oracle. So it came in a little black bag like this. It is an indie deck. It was around $70 Australian, $30 Australian for shipping. So it cost me $100 Australian. It's 45 cards, and these are the backs of the cards. The cardstock is a satin, and quite thin and flexible. So let's take a look at the cards. so they shuffle beautifully, really well together. The guidebook is an online PDF. It's not numbered, but it is in alphabetical order. So you just look at the text on the page. So for luxurious woman, intentional and delicious indulgence. This card could signify several things. It may mean a call for decadence or self-care, or perhaps the call out of someone living beyond their means, a selfish materiality. And then we've got down the bottom, who, O Sappho, is wronging you? Who has been hurting you? In what ways? Do not put up with injustice. Yet we must recognize we cannot be responsible for the actions of others. Are you longing for one who doesn't love you back? Is it worth it? So I will be back for my review portion. Hello, so here we are back with the Fragmented Oracle, Sappho's Fragmented Oracle. So these are the backs. I don't really love the backs, that's just my opinion. They just don't really do anything for me personally. So yeah, don't love them. I edged mine in like pink and reds, but this cardstock did not take my textures well. So it's not as good a job as I would normally like. I haven't made a bag. I'm probably just going to use this yarn because I feel like this is a multicolored deck. So I'm just going to use a multicolored yarn for it because I don't really have anything that exactly matches the back, but I haven't done a bag yet. The pouch that it comes in is fine, you know, it's just a black velvet bag, a good old black velvet bag. The cardstock, I do like it. It shuffles well. It's that thin satin matte and it's fine. So I have decided that with my videos like this, I'm going to leave more of my like negative opinions for my monthly wrap-ups. I decided not to put anything super negative in here, like besides me just saying like that doesn't do anything for me. So I'm going to leave the more harsh critiques for my monthly wrap-ups if I really don't like a deck. But overall, I do like this deck. I have had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to do pairings and then I'll talk a bit about my personal feelings a bit more. So here we have an oracle that I made called Disco Rocks that I paired with it because I thought black with a pop of color looked good. I'm just going to move this over a bit more, move it down. It's still in shot. So here we go. Because this one has, it's a lot of color. I apologize for the sound of that marble rolling around. My cat has decided to play. So with this deck, it has a sentence on there, which is a fragment of a Sappho poem. And then it's got the collage style around it. So the deck itself, I have not really used for divinatory purposes. It's more as a message for the day. But I thought that these would look really well together, sort of the black anchors the picture a little bit, and I liked the colors together. So I'll show you another pairing now. Not straight. Paired it with the Mushroom Oracle. I just felt like it was a nice pairing. So the difference with this one is I feel like the white space on the edges helps to center the image, and I felt like there were, you know, similar colors in there, and it was a bit of a sort of calming counterbalance in terms of the artwork, and I really enjoyed these two together as well. So let me know what you think too, out of all of the pairings that I show you today, which one is your favorite? I'd be interested to know which one you think went well the most, but I did enjoy these two together. Surprisingly, I'm finding a lot of pairings for my Mushroom Oracle at the moment. Now I am pairing it with the Botanical Blessings. This is an indie deck. The Mushroom Oracle was also an indie deck, and my Disco Rocks, I guess, is an indie deck, so I made that one. So I thought I would pair these two, you know, just to see how they went, because there are quite a lot of botanicals in this particular deck, and I thought like the black and the color pops would suit this well. And you know, I don't love it. I can see here, I'm like, oh, I don't know, does it go? I'm not sure, but I thought I'd give it a go anyway, just to see. I'll do one more to see what it's like. Oh, that's a real pink one. But yeah, I don't mind it. I think that's all right. Okay, so now I'm pairing it with the Sensual Seed Oracle, which is also an indie deck. And I thought I'd go with this one because this deck has a lot of love with women in this deck. There's a bit of an erotic sort of vibe with this one, and this is very much an erotic deck. So I thought I would give it a go. These two together. This one's also quite playful. The colors might not go because this one, the Sensual Seed, is quite vibrant and bright. But I thought these two energetically might be a vibe. And yeah, I thought that they would go well because this one also is very celebratory of the female form. Very body positive, sex positive. And I kind of feel that way with this deck as well. Just do one more, Fantasies and Fables. And there we go. Those are those two. Okay, so here we have, I always forget what this one's called. Daily Crystal Inspirations. I really love this deck. I think it's an underrated deck, and I just love it with its little sentence as well. So once again, I thought I'd do white space with a pop of color to let this deck breathe a bit. And I really liked it together, to be honest. Get Laser Focus Crystal Clear Stone Foundation. I thought it was nice and refreshing compared to some of the other pairings. It's just adds a bit more energy to the deck when you have that white space. It sort of also brings out the quote. It brings your attention more to the quote that is written on there rather than letting it get caught up in the image. So I'll do one more. Sorry that it's upside down. But yeah, I don't mind these two together. So as I was saying with this deck, I wasn't using it as much as a divinatory deck and more as a message for the day deck. So the decks that I paired it with for this week are the Guided Hand Tarot. I'll cut that down because I just thought visually they went well. I feel like collage decks kind of go with collage decks. This one has a more muted color scheme, just like the Guided Hand Tarot. It's a bit softer, it's a bit more dreamy, it's a bit more vintage-esque. So I thought that they would go well visually together. But I liked this pairing. I thought it was a good time. The deck itself, how does it read? It reads well for me. Like I said, I didn't find it as much with the divinatory aspect as I did with just a message that I needed to hear that day. And I did use it as like the centerpiece of my spreads. So I based the interpretation of the readings around the message that this particular deck gave me. And I thought that that went really well. So I did enjoy that. This deck will probably go really well with the Begin Oracle too. I feel like anything that the Guided Hand Tarot matches, the Begin Oracle matches. So that's another pairing, but I don't want to bust that out because that's a big boy. And I have not made the space today. But I will show you the next pairing that I paired it with. I want to hold with the Emperor and Seven of Pentacles. The deck that I used it with was the Divine Codes Oracle. So I'm going to be honest, I chose this one mostly because I just have not paired anything with the Divine Codes Oracle yet, and I wanted to work with it. Oh, that's cute how the pink matches up with that. Here you've got She Bites Her Tender Mind with Soul Collective and Star Power. So I thought like it's not the best visual pairing. I can see that there's a bit of disparatness with the two decks, but you know, collage is collage. I always feel like collage kind of goes with collage, so it's fine. And once again, it's more of the picking up which colors really stick out with this one. Energetically, these were a bit of an odd pairing because the Sappho Tarot is quite sensual and romantic, like I said, with a hint of the erotic in there, the feminine, whereas the Divine Codes Oracle is more star-seedy, but there are like love aspects in this. Pure Red Velvet has done a great, explanation of this deck in terms of like the cards, different card styles and what goes more. There's certain cards in this that, you know, really drew me to the deck, and it was really more the romantic cards. There are some romantic cards in this deck, and they're the ones that really made me go, ooh, googly eyes, want it. Whereas some of the more other cosmic ones are hit and miss. But like I said, energetically, it's not the best match. Sometimes it is, sometimes it was not. But sometimes, like I said, in this one, which has the natural landscape and the city landscape, this deck, Divine Codes, does have a lot of that. There's the card that's a bit iffy. So in that respect, there were sometimes matches visually and energetically, but I just wanted to use this deck. So that's why I love that card. That's why I pulled it out. But let's do a little reading with this Sapphic deck. Okay, so we've got Holy All Together as the main one. Pray for my poor Queen of Wands card. She popped out and I went to get it and I rolled over her with my desk chair. So she's seen better days. I feel for her, my poor baby. So Holy All Together, the meaning is we find love and safety in community. Find ways to seek support from those around you. So sometimes some of the meanings have a bit of a meaning that you could use in a divinatory aspect as well. Some of them are a bit more romantic. So for instance, there's longing for a girl, and that's desire, aching, genuine sapphic love. One is liar, 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 liar as the meaning. So like I said, you could definitely use it in your divinatory work as in that reading, but I'm kind of like, this is a message that you need to hear today. So for this one, the main message is you don't have to do it alone. So with Queen of Wands, very charismatic, very confident, a little bit of independence there. And with self-acceptance, you're beautiful and divine as you are. You are not broken. This speaks to me like both with orange too. And yellow, maybe there is an issue with confidence, with feeling whole and complete, feeling a bit broken, not knowing what to do, not being able to tap into that Queen of Wands, confidence and inspirational energy, and feeling a bit lost perhaps. And that the answer to that is you don't have to hold yourself together on your own, that you can seek support and help to do so. You can ask others to help put your pieces back together and be renewed and reforged, stronger after this time of, perhaps aimlessness and loss of self, loss of confidence, because you've even got like tears here as well. But yeah, through community, you can be rebuilt. You don't have to, like I said, do it alone. There's also cats in here, so that would say like also turn to your familiars for support during this time in, the energy of trying to keep it all together, that you can let yourself fall apart. If you're struggling to keep yourself together, maybe that is a sign that this current form is no longer serving you. Let yourself break, let yourself fall open. Actually, this had a bit in here that was very similar to that. Let me read that. I just remember. My heart sinks, cracks and breaks open, releasing the hurt, the guilt and the pride. And then it says, find its way to fill the crevices with golden light to repair, resolve and renew. So that means same thing, like allow yourself to fall apart, to release perhaps all of these more negative aspects that you're feeling right now, shadowy things, so that you can allow alignment, allow space, expansion, the divine love. And then through community, you can, and this is depictive of kintsugi, which is believe it's Japanese method of repairing things that are broken with gold. I'll read the definition rather than my own stuck together one of it. So kintsugi is the concept of highlighting or emphasizing imperfections, visualizing mending and seams as an additive or area to celebrate and focus on. So by joining yourself back with gold, with the help of others, when things fall apart, it celebrates being more optimistic and being accepting of our flaws, being accepting of the hard times, like having the dark with the light. There's nothing to be ashamed of. You know what I mean? Like we all, break down sometimes. We all fall apart sometimes, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. But you don't have to put yourself together on your own, wholly all together. So that is what I would say that reading means. Oh, I'm so sad about my card. Oh, I'm kind of devastated. I'm like going to put it in the middle of the deck and hopefully get some love and can flatten out. But how also symbolic of this, the card might be battered and bent, but it is still whole and lovely and useful. It is beautiful with its imperfections. So I thought, actually, that's kind of fitting, man, that happened. Even when your confidence feels like it's shattered and that it can be built back up. It can be brought out again. So I'll read some more of these just so you can see what it's like. Like I said, I just really like this deck. I really resonate with it. I like the imagery. I like the quotes, and I like the little itty bitty write-ups. So here we have fantasies and fables. Reimagine lore. What are the stories we hold ourselves back with? What are the possibilities? So some of the write-ups are also kind of like journal prompts. Here we have, but me you have forgotten. To feel invisible or left behind. Ghosts that swirl in eddies around your ankles. I love that. That is so evocative. I feel like too, this could even be used as a storytelling deck, like a story writing prompt. That's just the energy that one really gave to me. And the last one here is Pain Giver, which is subversive power, manipulation. What could you cut off? That's just hit real hard for me today because I'm going through some stuff. Yep. So this deck has been an absolute, this is the lie one. This deck has just been really fun, really intriguing, something different that I don't have in my collection. I don't have anything like this. And I was just really wanting to play, man. You know, I don't really want to put it away. I want to keep having a little fun with it. This creator does have other decks that I'm definitely going to check out now. Because yeah, this was really unexpected for me. I did really enjoy it. Look, some images, some cards I don't love as much as others, but overall, I really like it. I like it a lot. So I'm going to have a fun time playing around with this deck, sort of seeing what else I can do with it, how else I can utilize it, because like already it's inspiring me to play with it in different ways than I normally do with some of my other decks. The Sappho's Fragmented Oracle. I hope that wherever you are having a fortuitous morning, afternoon, or evening. And as always, stay wild, Star Child.